everyone, hope you're doing great. Welcome to today's video, and in this video I'm going to be covering 5 easy ways that you can write better ad copy that will make you more money. If you don't know who I am, my name is Rasmus. I'm the owner of Minix, and we help e-commerce brands add an extra 150 to 250k to their monthly revenue by implementing things such as UGC videos and paid advertising. So as said, in this video I want to go over some easy things to implement the next time you're writing copy for your ads. So maybe you feel the same way that I do, but every time I've tried to read a book or about copywriting, or search online or watch a YouTube video about it, I feel like the learnings are really hard to implement, or the author is just talking about broad concepts but not showing how to actually use them in a way that's easy to understand and also take action on. And that's the biggest thing for me. I want to be able to take action on what I'm actually writing or reading about. So in this video today, I won't be trying to change your entire view on writing ad copy and ad copy in general. That's not what I'm intending to do. But what I will do is I will give you some tricks that have served me well over the last 5 years. And at the end of the video, if something is not clear, just drop a comment and I'll be happy to help you out. So let's get into it. So the first thing here is what I call question-based hooks. Easily the best way to draw someone into your ad copy, in my opinion. But don't do it in the wrong way. You have to remember that this is a hook, which means it has to resonate with the actual customer you want to draw in, right? You can't just write any weird question in your ad copy. That won't make sense. So what I usually do to write a question-based hook is that I will reverse engineer the customer journey, and then I'll get a hook out of that. So for an example here, to make it very actionable, we had a client selling custom-made sneakers. So this was the thought process I went through. First off, I tried to figure out what customer are we selling to / what solution are we actually providing. So for them, it's sneakerheads who wants to stand out, or people in general who really care about this style, right? It's fashionable people in general. Then after that, what problem is the customer having, right? This is just taking the opposite of whatever we're selling. So they don't want some standard sneakers. They want to flash and stand out. That's what they want. At least that's the problem I'm trying to tackle in this specific case, right? So then comes the last question here. What is a creative way that we can address that problem? So this is where you have to use your creativity and spend some time thinking about how your customer talks, so you can write a question in their language that makes it resonate more with them. So for this client, we used like cop and drop, fire, stuff like that, and emojis, because these guys, this brand skewed to a younger audience, sneakerheads. So for them, it made sense to use stuff like cop these sneakers before they sell out, right? That's sort of the lingo people would use in their circles. So that's the way I go about writing question-based hooks. Second off, you need to keep it coherent. So this ties into how people actually view ads. So you have to make sure your ad overall actually makes sense. So there have been studies done that show in what order users see ads online. So this is the order, and this is probably pretty good for you if you don't know. So first off, they see the creative, then they see the headline, and then they see the main text, right? In Facebook, that would then be the text above the video image. And you have to if you keep this in mind, it also opens up a bit of creativity around where you can put your hook, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be in the main body of the copy. It can be in the headline too, for example, or you can have it in the video. So since the headline is so small, you need to reserve this for the most clickbaity / most valuable information you can put. So if you have a great offer going, right, you should probably put that in the headline, and then you have your question-based hook in the main text, because the offer is a more clickbaity, it's more valuable information to the customer than a question, right? So we have a hierarchy going. If there's no discount or offer, feel free to have the question-based hook in your headline. The earlier you can grab their attention, the better. You just need to figure out what is your hierarchy and where do you prioritize things. So if you have a 30% off, great, just put that straight in the headline. That's way more valuable than some question. But if you don't, put your question in the headline. Number 3, write your USPs as a paragraph instead of bullet points. So This is more of a personal preference, but also something I've tested out multiple times. And personally, I've just found better performance with it every time. So what you do is when you're doing your brain dump and you're just writing, stuff down in Notion or wherever you write your ad copy, that what you can use for the ad copy, you list out your USPs and bullet points as you normally would. Usually that's what I see people do. Also, they will then implement that in their ads. After that, you then take those bullet points and then you rewrite them into a sentence or two so it looks more natural. For lack of better words, I don't know what else I would put instead of natural. Just looks more coherent, right? So again, to make it more actionable, we once had a client that sold football t-shirts. So this is how it actually turned out in real life workflow. So I wrote down their USPs, designed by a world famous artist, and then I just blurred out his artist name here. High quality materials made in Europe, and also 5,000 plus reviews. So after I wrote that down, I then turned to writing a paragraph about it. So that turned into this: designed by artist name, comma, a world-renowned artist and made in Europe with the highest quality materials. After trying your new shirt, you'll want to wear it to the games and in your daily life. That's our promise to you. So this not only makes it look more natural or coherent, but it also forces you to be even more creative, and you'll probably find yourself coming up with new things that you can use in future ad copy. That's always what happens to me. So the 5,000 plus reviews, right? What I had here, I found was a bit boring to write in the paragraph, but after looking into some of the reviews, I could then rewrite the social proof into a sentence about how people love wearing the shirt to games and also use them in their daily life. So that's one way that I found some more, basically how I found more material that I could put into future ad copy, right? And then I could just split test the bullet point USPs versus the paragraph. And for me, at least like 7 out of 10 times, the paragraph will perform better than the USPs. So maybe try it out if you haven't. Fourth is you need to structure well. You need to have a system. So needless to say, you need to structure your ad copy so it makes sense, and you need to have an intention behind why you're writing what you're writing, right? And let me just tell you this, there's no secret formula. All I'm saying is that you need to be aware of what element you're putting in your copy. So just don't write mindlessly, right? Just have a little bit of thought behind it. So when I'm doing my ad copy, I'll always start with a brain dump just to have some things written down, right? So I have some material. It could be things like number of reviews, as we saw above, specific reviews, USPs, hooks/solutions, as I covered in point 1, problems a customer could be facing. So those like 5 things I'll write down every time. And maybe if something else stands out, or if I'm being creative, I might write something else down. But when I write these things down, I'm just letting my brain write what it wants. And after that, I can then rewrite and move things in different orders to then come up with ad copy. So it becomes more of a drag and drop way of doing ad copy, not reinventing the wheel every time. Like, I'm not trying to do anything glamorous. I'm like crazy. I'm just trying to get some good ad copy out there that checks all the boxes, right? At least that's how I did it for a long time. So recently we just built a tool internally that's a bit more scientific and covers all bases and makes it easier for us to keep an overview of all the ad copy we've written. So if you want me to share that in a future video, let me know down below. I'll be happy to share it and just kind of run you through it. But number 5 here. So last point, don't write a book. Yeah, please don't. So there's zero need for you to write a super long ad copy when you can condense it to the most important points. Like, you can literally keep your ad copy between 3 to 12 sentences-ish and get majority of what you want put out there. Like, I guarantee you, if you write 12 sentences, you will have everything covered. If you write anything more than that, you're probably doing you're probably writing out a story. There's no need for more. There's no need for more sentences, and people are less likely to also read the entire thing. So the whole point of the ad copy is to sell the product, but people also have to read the entire thing to be sold, right? That's the reason why we would write it in this first place, right? Like, we don't write ad copy intending that people only read half of it. That's dumb. then you just cut out the second half. And no one on social media has the time to read your 1,200 word story about how a shoe will change your life. So just keep it short, snappy, include emojis, and in general, just get to the point. There's no need for you to write like a 3-page document and then copy paste it into Ads Manager. There's really not. But with that being said, that sums up today's video. So I hope you can work with some of these points and implement them into your ad copy yourself. If something wasn't super clear, sorry for that. If you want me to elaborate or expand on something, just let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to help. And see you in the next one. Until then, take care.